Look, my view is I give people the benefit and the presumption of a clear starting point. Maybe she has a policy vision, why this is really good for Iowans. If so, she should say it instead of cowering and hiding from the issue. The same goes for other state leaders and Republicans in the Republican Party who purportedly stand for property rights. Do they or don't they stand for eminent domain? And I think it's just unacceptable for leaders to hide and cower and fear and remain in silence. I've criticized Biden for hiding in a basement before, and so to me this is not a particularly partisan criticism. But I'm not going to be somebody who offers some sort of conjecture. I believe I'm going to be successful in getting her and the rest of the Republican establishment to speak up. My guess is it has something to do with the fact that the other Republican presidential candidates are uncertain in speaking about this issue too. She's endorsed one of them. There's a very reason why none of the other Republican presidential candidates are talking about this. And they're not talking about it either in the state level, is that the Republican establishment does not approve of this message. Now the reasons why, I think there's a lot of reasons why, but I think we're going to be successful in not letting these Republican establishment leaders hide. Take a stand on the issue. If you disagree, that's fine. State your reasons for why. But the way we advance this country is by having rich, open, authentic debate. I offered my perspective today. This was not a political speech. We went into depth on the dimensions of a legal argument for why eminent domain is completely inappropriate in this context. And if eminent domain were used, that would set an awful precedent that would unleash an agenda that most Americans, regardless of their partisan affiliation, would reject. Well, great. If you have a view to the contrary, then state it. But you can't hide from the issue, and I think that's what's happening right here.
Many of your competitors are either governors now or they were governors in the past. Do you think that their relative silence is because of the fact that they've used eminent domain during their time in power in the state? Is that part of the reason?
Look, I will say where I'm right now is it is a baffling mystery to me why you have so many governors who have been pin drop silent on this issue and so many Republicans, including at the presidential level, who have been pin drop silent. And I'm going to give everybody at least the benefit of the doubt to start by saying that it is downright baffling. But they better have answers pretty soon as to where they stand on this issue. Don't hide. Don't cower in fear. That's not who we are. And I think it's going to take a leader who isn't going to bend the knee to that establishment to actually lead this country, not reporting to some establishment, but reporting to the actual people of this country. That's who I report to. And I think as people in the state come to understand that, I think they're going to elect me as the person who comes out of the Iowa caucus with the greatest success. We're going to go on to win the general election.
Thank you.